Zero DTEs get a lot of hype in the trading community. People talk about cheap entries, large percentage gains, and all over social media you'll see these screenshots where people turned a small amount into large returns in just one day. But what they don't talk about enough is how easily those same contracts can go to zero even when your chart analysis, thesis, and direction that the stock went in that day was correct. And if you've ever taken a trade where the stock moved in the direction that you expected, but your contract still did not pay you the way that you thought it would, or you got stopped out, this video is for you. I'm gonna break down what's actually happening to your contract during a normal trading day and why the math on these contracts work against you, even when you're right on the direction. And I'm gonna show you exactly why and how that happens using a real example. On Friday, Coinbase rejected from a supply zone and sold off almost the entire day into a demand zone. That was a textbook zone-to-zone move. The chart did what the plan said it could do, but depending whether you traded a zero DTE put or the weekly put, your results would have looked completely different. And that's the part that most beginner traders miss. You could have the right setup, you could have the right direction, you could have the right zones, but the expiration date that you choose can completely change the outcome of the trade. So I'm going to show you what exactly happened to the zero DTE contract, why the weekly contract survived better, and why as a day trader I still prefer to use weekly expirations even when I'm entering and exiting within the same day. A zero DTE is an option contract that expires the same day that you're trading. So if it's a Friday and you buy a contract that also expires that same Friday, that is a zero DTE. There's 0 days until expiration. Pretty simple. The reason people love these contracts is because they look very cheap and there's this promise of a large percentage return. Instead of paying a few $100s for a weekly contract, they might see a zero DTE contract trading for $50, $80, or $100. These would relatively be the cheapest option contracts in the market. And because the premium starts off so cheap, they could be extremely volatile. A normal move in a stock could make the premium go from 50 cents to $1.50. That could be 100% return or 200% returns, sometimes even more in that short period of time. Because when you're trading a contract that expires the same day, if that contract expires out of the money, it can expire completely worthless, going to 0%. Even if it was moving steadily in your predicted direction all day, it could still expire worthless. Now let's look at the actual setup. Coin had a supply zone at 195.36. That was the area where I was looking for the rejection if price came and tested that level. From there, the downside target is the demand zone at 185.07. So the plan is pretty simple. If coin rejects the supply zone, I want to take puts and the target is the demand zone below. That is a full range trade. That is not a little scalp. That is not me trying to catch one candle and then get out immediately. That is me trading from zone to zone based on my analysis. As you can see, coin here for the past couple days has been trading inside the same range. So I'm doing a very simple strategy. Sell high. Sell from the top of the range and target the bottom of the range. Just like this range coin has been trading in. And that's important because my style is day trading, but it is not scalping. I still enter and exit within the same day, but I want to give the trade enough room to breathe to trade the full range of the plan. In this case, coin moved from 195.36 down towards 185.07, which is roughly a $10 move. So that's a very strong move in your favor for a put side day trade. But when you compare the zero DTE put to the weekly put, you can see why contract selection matters so much. The first thing that you should know before we talk about what happened to the zero DTE contract and what happened to the weekly contract is how to actually read what these option contracts are. So here we're looking at Coinbase. This is a stock ticker representing the company Coinbase. I have done my analysis from the high time frame. I've zoomed in on the 5-minute time frame. Here you could see that this represents the price action from Friday, starting from the opening candle on Friday to the closing candle on Friday within in the dashed lines. Here represents the rest of the week on the 5-minute time frame. And here we're looking at a 0 DTE contract. So this contract expired on Friday, the same day that this price action was happening. And this would be a 7-day to expiration contract because this contract would expire 7 days from the entry on Friday. So for a quick review, as you can see, Coinbase has been in a bit of a downtrend. It's also been in a bit of a bounce range. So as you can see, also a double top formed here. I use a very simple strategy where this bounce range formed and I'm selling from the high of the bounce range, targeting the low of the bounce range within the context of the larger trend. So when you're looking at an option contract, here shows the ticker symbol you're trading and here shows the expiration date. Then if it says P, that's a put. If it says C, it's a call. And there's the strike price. I'm currently looking at the option contract price value change over 1 minute during the Friday. And here we can also see we have the same ticker symbol, but we have a different expiration date. We also have a put with the same strike price. So these contracts both have the same strike price. They are both coin puts. The only difference is one was a 0 DTE expiration date and one was a 7 DTE expiration date, both with the same strike price. So we're both aiming for the same direction, but the outcome is very different by the end of the day. We can start by looking at the 0 DTE put contract that expired the same day. So as the day went on, theta became more and more aggressive. Theta is time decay. It is the amount of value that the option premium loses simply from time passing. On a normal weekly contract, theta matters, but it is spread out over multiple days. On a 0 DTE, theta becomes extreme because there's no time left. Every hour matters. Every pullback hurts the contract. Every small consolidation stops it from profiting. And by the end of the day, there's no more extrinsic value left to protect the contract. That is why the 0 DTE put contract went all the way down to $0. Literally $0.00 and expired worthless. Even though coins sold off all day, the contract did not have enough time value left. And if the strike price is still out of the money by expiration, the contract expires worthless. That's the part that gets beginners, and you should never, ever, ever be taking a 100% loss. And that's where most beginners make the mistake in their risk management. But then they think, but I was right, coin went down. But they don't get the right takeaway. Yes, the stock went down, but the option contract needed more than just the right direction. It needed enough speed, it needed enough distance, and enough time before expiration. And that's why 0 DTEs are so dangerous, because you could be right on the chart direction and still lose 100% because the contract is fighting the clock the entire time. Now let's compare that to the weekly put. The weekly contract had 7 days until expiration. It still had time value left. That is intrinsic value. The contract had a similar delta as the 0 DTE. So this contract had around a 40-cent delta, same as the 0 DTE. The only difference is that this contract had a 40-cent theta as well. Versus on the 0 DTE contract, the theta represents 100% contract decay if it expires worthless. However, if you're holding a day trade, it does not need to reach your strike price for you to be profitable. It just needs to go into your direction within that day. You just need to make sure that your theta, your time decay, is less so that you could hold your trade according to your plan and follow your analysis. Delta tells you how much the option contract should gain or lose for every $1 move in the stock. So with the 43-cent delta, coin moved roughly $10 from the supply zone toward the demand zone. So from delta alone, that weekly contract had room to gain around the $10 move times the 43-cent delta. That's about a $4.30 return in option value. That could be a huge ROI. Coin rejected the supply zone around 195.36. Then price started making the move lower. It did not drop in one straight candle and instantly hit the target. It had movement, pauses, small pullbacks, and then continuation lower. That is completely normal. That's how a lot of real stocks move. But if you are in a 0DTE contract, every little small pause or one candle going out of your direction feels like torment, and you get punished for it. The contract starts bleeding. The premium starts disappearing. Even if the stock is still following your broader plan, the option can still lose value because time is passing. That's why the 0DTE chart looks like it had a big move early on in the day, and then it just faded out, and eventually it died worthless into the close. Meanwhile, the weekly contract still held value because it has more time left. So the 0DTE trader basically had 4 or 5 minutes of time that they could have profited. Any other time besides that, and they are losing money. The weekly contract only pulled back about 23% from that previous low of the day. So if you had a better entry and you entered close to when price rejected the supply zone, this little pullback or consolidation never would have even brought you in drawdown, versus the 0DTE literally went down 92%. A completely different trading experience. Here's what I do instead. Every trade I take is on a weekly expiration at minimum. For day trades, I have a specific golden rule that I teach inside of my mentorship program. And I also help you understand theta for swing trades. And I teach you a different formula to calculate your expiration dates for those. So overall, this is why I trade weekly contracts even though I'm entering and exiting within the same day. I have no intention of holding it overnight or swing trading it. This is my day trading strategy. And as you can see, the reason is simple and logical and based in risk management. I want to be able to hold the contract from zone to zone following my plan, and the weekly contracts allow me to do so. A lot of people hear a weekly contract and think that that means swing trading. That is not what I mean. You can trade a weekly contract and still be a day trader. The expiration date does not decide whether you're a day trader. Your holding period does. If you enter and exit the same day, you are day trading. And by choosing a weekly contract, you're reducing the chance that theta destroys your position before that trade gets to your target. That's the difference. I'm not using weeklies because I want to hold for multiple days. I'm just using them because they give me better risk control while I'm in the trade intraday. My losses become planned losses, my stop losses don't get obliterated, and my winners have room to develop. I'm not forced to panic exit every small pullback. And once I do my analysis and get my entry, I let the trade play out for a full zone-to-zone move. So if you've been trading 0DTEs and wondering why your good trade ideas are not paying you the way that they should, start looking at your expiration date. Your setup might not be the only issue. Your contract might be making the trade way harder than it needs to be. You could still enter and exit within the same session, and you still have the chance to get a 100% gain. But you could manage your risk better, and it gives you enough breathing room so you can actually follow your plan. And that's the entire point of trading. It's about building a plan, choosing the right contract, managing risk, and letting your setup work for you. If you want to learn the full framework I use on every trade, how I mark my supply and demand zones, how I build my pre-market plan, how I choose my contracts, and how I manage the trade from entry to exit, that is exactly what I teach inside of my one-on-one mentorship program. I work with you directly on your charts and your plan until it all becomes second nature. The link to apply is in the description below. And if you're still learning how to start day trading options as a complete beginner, I have a full video guide that walks you through the whole process step by step. You can watch that video right here. I'll see you in the next video.